Okay, so we are starting on shins this morning. We've got toes together, opening knees into your V shape, and then sliding your palms forward and dropping your forehead down. Feel your body sink. Become aware of your breath flowing through your nostrils, filling your back ribs as well as your front and your side ribs with each inhale. And then walking your hands off the left side of your mat. Stretch out nice and long through both arms. Check that both sides of your neck are soft. And relax your face. Still watching the breath moving in and out through your nostrils. And walking your palms all the way over to the other side of your mat. Once more, just check that your neck feels relaxed. No tension there. Softening into your jaw and your mouth. And then walking your arms and hands back to center. Now from here, we're going to slide forwards onto the front of your body, either bringing your hands out in front of your chest or hands alongside your chest. We come into our rolling cobra, curling up gently, rolling down gently. And make sure that your toes and the tops of your feet stay on the mat here. Don't lift your feet. If you lift your feet, it starts to create too much tension in your back, and we don't want to do that yet. Just warm up first, then get more into the back body strengthening. Just make sure your shoulders are not crunching into your neck. Keep the shoulders back away from your ears. And next time you roll down, we're going to move into a Sphinx pose. So holding that gentle back bend, and you can drop your forehead and relax the face. Breathing here. Our class today is a mixture. We're back bending, so not intense back bends, some nice supported back bends, and then we're twisting and we're binding. So a mix of those three things. Now we're going to make our way back to sit to heels. Once more, same place you started. Stretch your arms forward. And then we pulse. Inhale, come forward, shoulders over wrists, arms over wrists, fingers flat on the mat the whole time. You're moving your body backwards and forwards, up and down. As you do this, make sure your knees feel comfortable, and if they don't, then you need to move where you're placing them in relation to your hip joints. Maybe bring the knees narrower. Next time you lift forwards, we're going to stay up, knees under hips, arms straight under your shoulders, and going into spinal rolls. Squeeze that tummy up as tight as you can to get all the breath out as you round your back up. And then we come into flat spine. Keep your shins parallel to each other. You can even have them touching. Sit back towards your heels. Drop your forehead and reach your arms forward. Don't worry if your forehead can't touch the floor. You can always slide your block underneath your head. And now we're going to swim the arms, sliding one hand back towards the back of your mat and lifting your arm up and over, sliding the other hand back like you're swimming freestyle down your mat. And it's up to you how high you want to try and lift your arms each time they circle forward. This morning I have particularly tight shoulders, so I'm keeping that circle really low. And next time your arms reach forwards, let's keep them there, either dropping elbows or stretching the elbows straight. Let the shoulders soften and relax and balance out again. And we're going to walk hands up. We sit to heels or come to cross ankles. So do what feels comfortable for your knees and your hips, either on shins or cross ankles. Interlace fingers in front of your chest. Take in a deep breath. As you breathe out, push arms forward. As you breathe in, arms go up. Take a few side stretches, left to right. And then centering and reaching your arms back behind you. Interlace and open your chest. So you can let your spine arch here. So keep hugging your belly button back towards your lower back. The more you round the spine forwards, that lower back, the more you're going to squeeze your belly in to help keep that supported in the lower spine. Once more, interlace fingers in front of your chest. We exhale to push forwards. On your inhale, lift up and take a few side bends left to right. Elbows can be bent or straight. And then centering, and once more, arms back behind you. Each time you breathe out, hug that navel in tighter. Keep lifting your chest higher with each in-breath. And then release, hands onto the mat. Lift your knees, tuck your toes, push into down dog, and give it a good stretch into the backs of the calves and knees after that compression from sitting on them. You're going to walk your feet forwards to your hands, standing forward bend, and we stay here. So doing whatever you feel you need to settle into your joints while you're hanging down over your thighs. On an inhale, it floats up to standing. Once you're there, bring your hands behind your head or your neck. Stretch the elbows back and take a few side bends, left to right. And then centering yourself, you release your arms and stretch them up over your head. Either keep looking forwards or you can tilt your head back to look to the ceiling. Keep your chest lifting high with each inhale, lifting the front ribs, trying to stretch out your belly. And on an exhale, taking hands down. To make your way back into your down dog again. And from down dog, we're dropping onto hands and knees. We'll do some shoulder rolls here. So bending the elbows as you roll those shoulders and shoulder blades. Try to keep the thumbs down on the mat. You might find as your elbows bend, your fingers want to lift. So don't let that happen. Keep the fingers and thumbs flat on the mat. Rolling your shoulders in the other direction. And now we're going to use our blocks, guys. So grab your block, and you don't have to use your block if you don't want to. You're either going to be in down hero with toes together and knees wide, sitting to heels, or you can come into baby down dog with knees under hips and shins parallel. You choose. When you reach slide your block out in front of you, rest your palms on your block, drop your ears between your upper arms, try and stretch the elbows straight. So if it doesn't feel good with the block, move your block out the way. And then just let your head hang down. So you want the neck as relaxed as possible here. Yeah. Then Carnegie, bring your hips a little bit forward so you can slide that block a little bit further forward as well. Good. Yes, you're all looking good. So if you can, we hold it there. Keep pushing the elbows up to keep them straight. So you're using that strength in your arms from stretching the elbows straight to give support to the shoulders here, because it is such a strong opener in the chest and shoulders. Okay, now we're going to make our way up. Move your block off to the side for later. And then make your way back into your downwards dog. We're going into sun salutations. Get a little bit warmer. Get a little bit more prepared for those back bends and binds. Yep, taking feet forwards to your hands. Sink down over thighs. On an inhale, we rise, arms overhead. Exhaling, hands down. As you breathe in, float your arms back up again. On the exhale, forward bend. Lengthen through the spine. Step, walk, or hop yourself straight back into your plank. On your exhale, lowering yourself down. You roll through your back bend. Keep watching your breath. And then holding down dog. Each out breath sinking into the top of your head, sinking into your forehead, and sinking into palms, fingers, feet, and toes. And we're taking feet forwards again to the top of the mat. Sink down over thighs. On your in-breath, you rise. When you're ready, lean to your spine as you bring the arms down. As you breathe in, reach overhead again. On your exhale, forward bend. Tipping to your toes in front of shins, through your half lift, in your own time, back into your plank and down. And now this time when you get into your cobra or upwards dog, we're going to hold it there for an extra breath or two and take your shoulders all the way back there. Get those upper arms as far back away from your chest as you can. And making your way back to hold that down dog again. Just watching the breath, slowing those breaths down. From your down dog, we're taking feet forward into a squat. All right, and now we're going to do a little bit of our strengthening work again. So reach your arms forward, hook your thumbs into each other. On an exhale, come all the way up to standing, arms go down. As you breathe in, knees bend, arms lift. You don't have to go very deep, and then keep bending and straightening. So as you breathe in, knees bend, arms lift. As you breathe out, knees straighten, arms come down. If you're feeling a little bit sensitive or dodgy in either of your knees or even in the hips, don't bend the knees so deep. Then you keep your hips higher than the knee joints if there's any discomfort there. I'm going to do two more. And next time you come up to standing, or stay standing, turn feet parallel, reach your arms back, interlace your fingers. On an in-breath, lift your chest. On an out-breath, forward bend. Relax into the back of your neck. Sink down through the back of your skull. And now we're staying in the forward bend. Just release your arms down. Either hang the arms or hold onto legs. And we're going to make our way back into down dog. From down dog, we're taking a low lunge, stepping right foot forward, left knee to the ground, hanging your arms down by your sides. We're going to take some circles here. We're going backwards first. So reach your arms back, up, and over as if you're swimming a butterfly stroke. And then change circle the other way around. Swimming backwards butterfly. And now we keep arms back behind you. Interlace your fingers, stretch open chest and pectorals, fronts of shoulders. Even your intercostals are getting a good stretch with arms back. And then let's take a transition. Hands to the mat, stepping your right leg into your plank. On your exhale, lower yourself down. On the in-breath, chest lifts. And then pushing back to your down dog again. Okay, we take our low lunge, left foot steps up. Dropping back knee, and then hanging arms by your sides. So relax your neck and shoulders again. We're going back first, then up and over. Flowing with breath. And then change, circle the other way around. One more circle, and then you keep those arms back to interlace. With each in-breath, lift your back ribs up away from your lower back. Stretch out that lumbar spine. Good, guys. Hands to the mat. With an in-breath, step your left leg into plank. On your exhale, lowering yourself down. Curling chest up. And then pushing back to down dog. We take feet forward to hands. Keep your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And reach your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers. We're going to pedal the knees. So bend your left knee, drop left shoulder down. Yes, and then take it to the other side. Just going side to side. Good, guys. Each time you bend your knee, lean forwards to the front of your shins rather than back. And then staying to center, give it an even stretch. Keeping your arms back behind you, come all the way up. Okay, just hold that stretch, taking arms back. And then you release, and on an inhale, reach your arms up. And if you can here, you're going to try and bring your palms to touch each other over your chest, elbows straight, looking up. If that's a little bit too much, then you keep the hands apart. If that's too much, you keep looking forwards. Okay, so just starting to get a little bit more into the back bendy part. On an exhale, bring your hands to your chest, stepping your feet in to touch each other. I'm going to take a twisting chair. So a nice breath in. On an exhale, left elbow to right thigh as your knees bend. And then just look down at your knees and make sure the fronts of the knees are in line with each other. You don't have one knee forward, one knee back. And on an in-breath, coming up to straight legs. On an out-breath, when you're ready, twist it to the other side. And again, just checking those knees to make sure your hips and your spine are aligned. If the knees are aligned here, it means your back is doing what it should be doing. Okay, straight into forward bend. And then making your way back into your downwards facing dog. We're going into a warrior two, taking right foot forwards. You're Press that right knee open with your hand. Make sure it's nice and wide. And then keep it there, arms parallel to the floor. Squeezing those leg muscles tight. Our next pose from here is triangle. So we stretch that front knee straight. On your exhale, fold over. So keep twisting the inside of your right thigh forwards. Twisting your right inner knee forwards. Twisting your right inner calf forwards as well. Okay, now when you come up, guys, we're going to go back into warrior two legs. Arms stay parallel to the floor. And then reverse your warrior. Left hand to left leg, right arm over. Feel that right thigh pressing open again. Keep widening your right knee. Okay, now when we come up, we're going back into triangle legs. So a lift, front knee straightens. On an exhale, fold over to the right. And then side body extension, left arm over your ear. And once you're here, check that right inner knee again. Roll the inner knee forwards towards your baby toe. Twisting right inner calf forwards as well. And then bending into your right knee, come into your side angle pose. If you need to, you bring elbow to thigh. Otherwise, fingertips on the ground or hand on block. Lovely, guys. Hands to the mat. On an in-breath, step into your plank. As you breathe out, lower yourself down. You take your own time here. In your back bend, fully opening the chest, chest all the way forward, shoulders all the way back. And then back to down dog. From down dog, warrior two. Left foot steps up. And once you're up there, you can use that left hand to press the knee open so it's all the way open. Sometimes we get into warrior two and we think that knee is open and you actually push it with your hand and you find you can go a centimeter or two wider. And just keep it there. Legs nice and strong. Heart lifting high. We're moving into triangle. So we're straighten the front knee first. As you breathe out, fold to the side. Keep stretching long through your whole spine, through the top of the head and the sides of your neck. That left inner knee twists forwards towards your baby toe. Roll the left inner calf forwards as well. And now when we lift, we're coming to warrior two legs. So left knee bends, arms stay parallel to the floor. And then reverse your warrior, right hand to right leg. As you go back, press the left inner thigh and knee open again. Just keep that left knee opening up. And then we come up, left leg straight. Fold over into your triangle again. This time, right arm reaches over your ear, fully opening that right waist. Once your arm is over your head, check in with that left inner thigh. Twist your left inner thigh towards your knee. Then roll the left inner thigh, left inner knee towards your baby toe. And twist the inner calf forwards as well. Keep your arm over your ear, bend your left knee, either elbow to thigh or forearm to thigh, or fingers to the mat. Okay, and Nisa, lift your right arm higher. Sabir, try and stretch your elbow straight. I think it is. Oh, it's it is. Sorry, it was just your machinery in the background that looked like it was part of your body. Okay, good, guys. Hands down to the floor, stepping into plank. Lower yourself flat down onto the mat. You're going to come into a Sphinx pose again, so balancing on your forearms, either keeping nose pointing forwards or dropping your chin if that's more comfortable. And then focus on the center of your chest. Each time you breathe out, feel that chest drop closer towards the floor. Each time you breathe out, feeling that middle upper back drop down as well. Okay, now we're going to make our way onto shins for camel pose. Just check that your knees are exactly hip width apart, not a little bit wider or narrower than that. And then that same alignment with your shin bones behind you. Tucking feet if you feel like it. Let's just reach back and interlace fingers. Stretch your arms as far back as you can. So you're lifting the forearms away from your body if you can, just to get that sensation in the chest and the shoulders that you want to have when you're in that camel pose. That it's just sometimes a little bit more difficult to get because you don't have this bind of the hands. A little bit more difficult to get the elbows back like this when your palms are on your back. Okay, so let's bring hands onto sacrum or lower back and then arching your spine. And the more you arch back, the more you push your hands into your lower back. Yeah, that's beautiful. So if you're going for heels, you're welcome. And that's stunning. Anissa, you look really nicely aligned there. Same thing for you, Carnegie. That's fantastic, guys. Coming all the way up. And now you're going to go straight into a down dog. And now bring your feet together. We're going to walk back into toe squat at the back of the mat. So heels will come off the ground. Try and get your knees squishing in tightly together. And if you can as well, your ankles, which makes this balance easier. Hands to heart. Squeeze your belly back. So your lower pelvis, all the space below your belly button, you want to squish that back into your pelvis. Okay, now we're going to take a twist if you want to. Left elbow down to right thigh. Try and keep knees together if you can. Keep looking at the ground to help you balance. Gently coming to center and taking it to the other side. Squeeze those knees in. Still looking down. And then releasing out, hands to the floor, walking back into your down dog. From down dog, we're going to take a squat, feet to hands. And now we're going to twist it. So either keeping left elbow on thigh or taking left hand to the ground. Press your knee open with your left arm and then taking the right arm up. Make sure you're pressing your knees apart. Don't take the weight into the inner knees here. Okay, we're coming to the other side, right arm down, take the left arm up. Lovely, arm down, standing forward bend. Turn your feet parallel, stretch out thighs, knees, and calves. Hang your head, fully relax face and neck again. Okay, guys, now we're going to take that squat again. And if you want to, this time you can bind or we just twist it. So knees bent, toes out. If you're using a strap for the bind, strap will be in your left hand here. We take right arm down, left arm up, either just holding the twist or wrapping your right forearm in front of your shin, taking left arm back behind you. Okay, so if you're using strap in top hand. All right, now I release and take it to the other side. So if you're using strap, take it into the other hand. Yeah, stretch it out if you need to, guys. Okay, and then it's left hand down, right arm up. Maybe wrapping those forearms back. And we release out and you're back into your forward bend. Stretch out those knees. So toes point forwards again. Feet as wide or narrow as you want them on the mat. Just checking in with neck and face once more. Softening all those places that might have just gotten a little bit tight again. Okay, now make sure your strap is just to the side of your mat. From here, we're going to make our way back into downwards facing dog. Stepping your right foot forwards, left knee down, hands to chest for a twist, left elbow over the right thigh. Okay, so getting that left hip all the way forward so you're really widening over the lower back. Now from here, we're going to take arms to warrior one, and you're going to be taking a bind. So we're keeping the left arm up, taking right arm down, and then reaching back behind you for hooking your fingers into each other. So if you can't get that hook, it's strap in the left hand, drop your strap down to your right hand from left hand. Don't try and flick it up from right hand to left hand. So drop down from the top hand to the bottom. And then you want to push back with the back of your head towards the back of your mat here. Okay, good, guys. We're releasing, hands to the ground, back toes tuck, lift your left knee, Pasvatanasana, folding over right thigh, both knees straight, back heel is at a 45-degree angle on the mat. Lengthen out through your knees, lengthen out through your spine. And now from here, we're going to move into your twisting triangle. So keeping left hand down where you need it. Maybe it's on a block. Right arm lifts all the way up. And it's looking really good, guys. Okay, we breathe hands to the ground. From here, right leg back, down dog splits, and bend your right knee, stretching out the front of that right thigh, stretching out the hip. Bringing right foot down to the mat. And let's take our low lunge on the other side. Left foot steps up, right knee down. And we're twisting, hands to heart, right elbow over the left thigh. Okay, now we're taking arms up again. So if you're using strap, strap is in your right hand. We keep right arm up, take the left arm down, reach back, either hooking fingers or holding onto your strap. Now, once you've got some kind of bind, whether it's with your hands or with your prop, press the back of your head back to get a little bit more open in the chest. It's just a very small movement, takes the neck a little bit more into alignment, opens the chest a bit more. Okay, we carefully let go, hands down to the mat for Parsvottanasana. Back toes tuck under, right knee lifts, turning the heel in and down, stretching both legs straight. Okay, let's take it into our twist. Balancing on the right hand wherever you need it. Taking your left arm up. You turn your head in the direction that works best for your balance right now. Fantastic, guys. Hands to the mat, bend the front knee. We're taking the left leg back and up to the sky in your down dog splits. You're going to hold it there and bend the left knee, point it all the way up. Lovely. Just staying there. And then bringing your foot down to the floor. And you're going to come forwards into plank. Flat down onto your belly. And we're going into a version of our Sphinx pose. So first is resting forward on your head, forward on your hands. Okay, and then you're going to slide. Let's take left knee forwards towards your left elbow. And from here, we're coming into a Sphinx upper body. Let's slide those elbows under shoulders or a little bit further forwards, palms face down. forearms round about parallel with each other, and you can look forwards or you can drop your head or have your head at the angle that works for you. Just don't tilt your head back. So no looking up here. Each out breath, sink into your left thigh, sink into the inner thigh, inner knee, and the inner calf. And now keep your leg where it is, slide your elbows out, drop your forehead to your hands or your forearm again. Then we slide the left leg back and slide the right thigh forwards. So we do all of that with the chest down. And then coming up into your Sphinx upper body. So again, if you need to, you take your elbows further forwards for more comfort in your back. Adjusting your head, get the neck comfortable. And then sliding the elbows out again, hands come together, forehead down. And then slide your leg back. And now we're to come into a seal pose. So you're going to take your feet out to touch the two sides of your mat. So your feet are wider than your hips here, toes on the edges of the mat with the heels pointing up. You reach your arms forwards in front of your shoulders and take your hands at least as wide as your mat. Okay. Push down really hard with your toes so you feel your knees come off the ground as the leg muscles firm up. And then you start to walk your hands back and the chest will start to lift. Now, guys, this is quite a deep back bend. So the more your hands come back, the more your chest will lift, the more you will feel it in your lower back. And you've got to really work those legs. So stretch into your toenails, stretch into your tippy toes, press the toes down, keep pushing down with the tops of the feet, even if they don't touch the floor. Keep the leg muscles super strong here, and you only take your hands back so far as it feels okay for you. And we're holding this for quite a while. Make sure that you're not pushing your chest up away from the floor. The chest is sinking forward. You're holding up with your chest up with your arms, or you're holding your upper body up with your arms, not trying to lift the chest. The chest actually sinks. Okay, good, guys. We're going all the way down. Bring your legs in a little bit. Turn your toes in towards each other. Turn the heels out away from each other. And just sink all the way down. Rest your arms wherever you need them to help the neck relax. So your head should be in a position that the whole neck is soft. Preferably not turning your head to the side because that tends to tighten the one side, overstretch the other. Just try to let the feet soften. Okay, now we're to make our way up onto hands and knees, and we're going to take twisting baby down dog. So from here, we'll slide the right arm through, right shoulder down, and maybe left arm forwards. And making your way back up onto hands and taking it through to the other side. Good. Once more, making your way up onto hands. You're going to be needing your block. Take your legs out in front of you. And we're going to go into a supported bridge pose for a few minutes. So you lie down onto your back. And then bend knees. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your head down as you lift your hips. And take your block under your pelvis. Wherever you place that block, make sure that your pelvis feels really well supported, because it's your support of the pelvis that gives support to the spine here. So it's not block under your lower back or spine. Maybe interlacing your fingers behind your back just to get the shoulders a little bit closer together. And you're welcome to stay with fingers interlaced, or you interlace and get the shoulders in and then release your arms. And just check in with the alignment in the neck, that you're not jamming your chin into your throat here or into your chest. There's a little bit of softness there and space. And really sink down into those shoulders and your upper back. And now pressing into feet, you roll your hips up off your support, slide it out from under you, and slowly roll your pelvis down to the mat. And once you get your bum on the floor, slide your feet wider apart, and we roll your knees side to side. When we do back bends, our hip flexors can get a bit tight. So this rolling, I do this with every back bend that you're lying on the floor. We always roll the knees afterwards, and that releases hip flexors, releases the back as well. Okay, let's keep knees over to the right. And then you can bring your right foot onto the left thigh. And just let your shoulders sink down fully into the mat. Let your legs sink down. And let's lift legs up and take your knees and thighs to the other side. Left foot to right thigh, and dropping down deep into your back body again. And lifting your knees up, hugging knees into your chest. And we're going to make our way up to sitting. We're going to come into a supported fish pose. So you're going to need your block again. You're going to come up to sitting, stretch your legs out in front of you. Guys, when you do this pose, your bum will be on the floor. Don't lift your bum off the ground. We start from sitting and we go down. We don't lie on our backs and then try and put the block under because you will mess up your neck. Okay, so you're going to place your block. You've got 3 levels that you can use here. Highest level is very uncomfortable, so I don't advise it. So on the side or on the lower side, and you can have your block on the length of your spine, or you can have it cutting your spine. The lower down towards your bum your block is, the deeper your back bend will be. The higher up your back towards your shoulder blades and in line with the shoulders, the less of a black back bend you'll have. Okay, so if you place the block behind you, and then you roll down onto your elbows, you go all the way back. The higher your block is, the more likely your head to be off the floor. And then the option there is to maybe put another block or support under your head, or to take your block lower if you want your head down. Because it's okay to have your head hanging in the air here if you don't mind that. Okay, so if you go down and you want to go higher, you want more of a back bend, you come up, lift your block up, or slide your block closer to your lower back. So you might have to go up and down several times until you find the pose that you want. And now once you're where you're going to stay, just make sure those shoulders are rolling all the way down. It's preferable to turn the palms up if you can, but if you can't, then you turn the palms down. You can even have hands on your body if that helps the shoulders down. So wherever you're resting your arms, it's about what's going on in the shoulders. You want the shoulders to sink and not lift. And then also checking in with feet. So your feet can relax and flop a little bit, but not too much. So you don't want your toes turning all the way out to the sides. A little bit out to the sides is okay, not too much. And then just sinking all the way down. And guys, please, if at any time you feel you need to come out, you come out nice and slowly. Don't whip yourself out. I'm keeping you here for a full 2 minutes. Yeah, if that's too much, Anissa, don't hold it, okay? Okay, so to come out, you're going to bend your elbows, push your elbows into the floor, tuck your chin into your throat. Slowly make your way all the way up. And once you're up to sitting, we're keeping legs straight out in front of you. And we'll take a twist. Step your left foot over your right thigh. Circle around to the side. Flexing the right ankle, toes all the way up. And focusing on lengthening up through your spine. So each in-breath, lift your back ribs up away from your lower back. Keep trying to lengthen out that lumbar spine in the lower back. You keep that length as you untwist yourself and take the other leg over. Left leg straight, right knee bends. And once you're in that twist, flex your left ankle. Keep lengthening up with your breath. You grow taller and taller, particularly focusing on lifting back ribs up. Okay, let's untwist. You stretch your legs straight out in front of you. Take yourself into a forward fold here, whichever forward fold it works best for you. Feet together, feet a little bit apart, or feet a lot apart. Let's get that lower back really stretching out now. Check in with your face, softening forehead, eyebrows, eyelids. Relaxing cheeks, mouth, and chin. And then let's take it into our Shavasana. So making your way down onto your back. Okay, once you lie down, you're going to hug your knees into your chest. And again, just stretch out your back. And then if you haven't already, we go into your full rest pose, whatever that may be for you today. Feeling your whole body start to get really heavy. Allowing your breath to slow down again. The whole skin over your whole body slackens and softens. Slowly sinking yourself down now. Allowing yourself to completely relax. And now feeling for hands and feet, toes and fingers. Start to do whatever you need to do to wake your body up. Making your way up to sitting. May our minds be open to the divine light that guides us. May our hearts be open to the divine love that surrounds us. May the angels keep us and bless us and bring us joy. Namaste, guys. Thanks, guys. Have a lovely trip. I'll be thinking of you.